Follow me. Miss Shah has been dying to meet you. It's not wise to keep her waiting, you know.
I won't disappoint her then.
That is a good idea. She's not been happy with the other tailors. A word of warning. Just play along with her eccentricities. She could be rather dangerous.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Good man. Do well and there will be a lot of money in it for you.
I know.
Okay, mind yourself.
Here we are. Just go through there. Are you
That is Vanya Shah, self-appointed queen of the Mumbai slums.
Perhaps that is not the wisest decision to make when in a financial situation such as yours. Of course, eventually you'll have extra hands to assist you with your income, provided the job. I'll live so long.
That is the problem. Little Raji is not well.
5 years, Mr. Hussain.
Five years, my queen.
Yes. 5 additional years of servitude.
This is really uncomfortable, sir. I can smell you.
Yes. 5 additional...
Not to be rude, but this is getting a little too cozy for my personal taste.
Yes. 5 additional...
Are you trying to intimidate me or be intimate with me?
Yes. 5 additional years of servitude to your queen. For you and your wife. In exchange, I will take care of the bills for your new one until she is old enough to work the spinning months. That is my offer, Mr. Hussain. Talk it over with your wife. I expect your acceptance tonight. Good day. Ah, the elusive tailor. Here at last. Let's have a look at the cloth you've chosen. I want to make sure the color is the right one. Excellent. Finally, some progress here. Come with me. I want you to take my measurements while we're here.
Smart work, 47. Shah will want to have privacy when measuring for the dress. I'll leave the final execution up to you.
You there. Leave it. I want privacy. Let's start the measuring right away. If you didn't bring a tape, I'm pretty certain one of the other tailors left theirs behind. You can use that. They won't need it.
Relax your back, please, Miss Shah. I'll just measure your arms now, Miss Shah. Turn around, please, Miss Shah. I need to measure shoulder to shoulder.
You've probably heard about the other tailors. How some of them ended up in the gutters because they didn't please me. This dress is important to me. Well, not the dress itself, but what it represents. You see, there are those out there who do not want to pay tribute to their queen. People who think the value of their lives can be measured in money. It started with one man, but these things spread like ripples around. Soon another, then a third. Tributes to your queen keep you alive, not money. Eventually, I will find a craftsman who understands the true value of life. Is that man you, I wonder?
That's all I need, Miss Shah. I'm done here.
Excellent work. See yourself out. Your queen has other business to attend to. I will quickly splash some water on my face. I'll need the details.
Sir, I'm afraid you don't have the right clearance. Sorry.
Hey, hello there.
This business with Rangan is annoying me to no end, Rima. If he was less of a fool, I might be able to handle it better, but his ego is grievously annoying to be around.
Pride comes before the fall, mistress.
Perhaps, Rima, perhaps. But if he falls, who does he drag with him as he tumbles down the abyss, wailing like a child? Better to take care of these things ourselves. Yes. It was a wise decision. Yes. I will take the benefit of your enemies. You gotta be... Much appreciated. Hey, you! Get out of here right now.
Hey, hold it, man.
Hup!
Just kill him. Aim for his ugly face.
Miss Shah has been dying to meet you. It's not wise to keep her waiting, you know. Well, Miss Shah has been dying to meet you. It's not wise to keep her waiting, you know.
I won't disappoint her then.
That is a good idea. She's not been happy with the other tailors. A word of warning. Just play along with her eccentricities. She can be rather dangerous.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
This business with Rangan is annoying me to no end, Rima. If he was less of a fool, I might be able to handle it better, but his ego is grievously annoying to be around.
Pride comes before the fall, mistress.
Perhaps, perhaps. But if he falls, who does he drag with him as he tumbles down the abyss, wailing like a child? Better to take care of these things ourselves.
अच्छा, hence the man's Kashmir.
Yes. It was a wise decision, was it not?
And it's wrong. One worthy of a Maharaj.
Yes. Yes.
Allow me to be the first of these.
Such concern. I suspect my enemies will drive more direct approaches. Still.
Whatever. That was not worth the agitation.
How kind.
Yeah, can someone check that out?
Sure. Got nothing.
As you say. Thanks, I guess.
Miss Shah has been dying to meet you. It's not wise to keep her waiting, you know.
I won't disappoint her then.
That is a good idea. She's not been happy with the other tailors. A word of warning. Just play and follow. That is a... Follow me. Follow me. That is a good idea. She's not been happy with the other tailors. A word of warning. Just... That is a good idea. She's not been happy with the other tailors. A word of warning. Just play along with her eccentricities. She can be rather dangerous.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
we are. Just go through there.
I'm getting desperate.
The Queen is waiting for you in the garden.
She told me that you've had yet another child. I feel bad. Perhaps that is not the wisest decision to make when, in a financial
That
situation...
is Vanya Shah, self-appointed queen of the Mumbai slums.
Provided the child lives so.
That is the problem. Little Raji is not well.
5 years, Mr.
Five years, my queen.
Yes. 5 additional years of servitude to you, for you and your wife. In exchange, I will take care of the bills for your new one until she is old enough to work the spinning mills. That is my offer, Mr. Hussain. Talk it over with your wife. I expect your acceptance tonight. Good day. The elusive tailor. Here at last. Let's have a look at the cloth you've chosen. I want to make sure. Excellent. Finally, some progress here. Come with me. I want you to take my measurements while you're here.
Smart work, 47. Shah will want to have privacy when measuring for the dress. I'll leave the final execution up to you.
Holy hell. Flip it. You're on, man.
You there. Leave us. I want some privacy. Let's start the measuring right away. If you didn't bring a tape, you can use that. They won't need it.
Relax your back, please, Miss Shah. I'll just measure your arms now, Miss Shah. Turn around, please, Miss Shah. I need to measure shoulder to shoulder.
You've probably heard about the other tailors. How some of them ended up in the gutters because they didn't please me. This dress is important to me. Well, not the dress itself, but what it represents. You see, there are those out there.
Confirmed kill on Vanya Shah. Excellent work, 47. Mission completed. Time to find an exit. According to records, this was a youth correctional facility until 1962, when the estate was overtaken by an obscure Soviet research fund, the Institute for Human Betterment.
Looks deserted.
The place was abandoned after a fire in '89. Then, only a few weeks ago, it was acquired by an anonymous investor using cryptocurrency. It has to be Lucas Gray.
He's here.
Be careful, 47. The breadcrumbs were almost too easy to follow. It could be a trap.
Not a trap. An invitation.
You came home. I knew you would. You've come a long way, 47. And even now, you don't remember.
This place.
This was our prison, where Father trained us, shaped us into killers for Providence. Now, you don't remember. They ripped it out of you, wiped it away, but I do. I remember everything.
You're a terrorist with nothing to lose. You'd say anything.
I know, it's difficult. You never miss your mark or question your function, but we made a pact. You and I. Do this, and we both lose.
There was an incident. That boy, he died.
He lived. Because of you. Don't you remember his name? You know this. Deep down, you know. What was his name?
Subject 6. Your name is Subject 6.
And what is our purpose?
To take them all down.
We were gonna tear it all down. The Institute, Providence, everyone who'd ever hurt us. We failed. The partners grew paranoid, made sure that Ortmeyer's children would never challenge them again. I'm the only one who got away unchanged. The only one left who remembers.
Ortmeyer was Providence.
Everything he did to us, everything he made us do, it all leads back to them.
I'm breaking more rules than I care to count, Mr. Gray. What's your play?
The partners hide behind a cloak of anonymity. Only one man knows their true identities. Your client, the top controller, the one they call the Constant. He is the key.
But he is untraceable. So what am I missing?
A man would come to the Institute. A man with a Providence pin. The first Constant. If we find him, if he's still alive, he's our way in.
You don't know who he is, but 47 does. That's what this reunion is all about.
Show them.
You're just gonna hand it over. Our one bargaining chip.
Olivia.
Fine. 47's memory was erased, irreversibly at the time. But after Ortmeyer's death, his estate was acquired by the Ether Corporation, and they made an antidote.
It's a long shot, I know.
This is not how it works. We don't just join the revolution. ICA is neutral. We don't take sides.
I hate to break it to you, lady, but neutrality is a side. It's the side of the status quo.
People have died. Civilians. You align yourself with terrorists, murderers.
Sometimes even monsters serve a purpose.
Look.
Enough. You have a choice. But I made mine a long time ago. I will finish what I started.
Subject 47. Most gifted of all my boys.
So you're the pick of the litter. Tell me about the incident.
The subject ran away. He and another boy. The instigator was punished accordingly.
As were all the neighbors.
My men did what needed to be done.
It won't happen again. Bring your house in order, Doctor. You won't like the alternative.
I remember who he is.
Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master, a KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka. Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shattered client.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface. I've marked your map with several points of interest. We're running this mission with very little upfront intel, but these locations could provide clues to help you obtain the information we need. Good luck.
You are fitting that suit out really well, amigo.
You know the exterminator guy who's working on Daddy's house?
Same guy who just did Cassidy's, right?
Yeah. So I let him use the green shipping container to store some chemicals.
Yeah, Doc, I know. This batty guy is driving me crazy. Every time he sees me, he comes out and wants to talk. And the problem is he just won't shut up. Always ranting about that damn lawsuit against Janus and waving piles of paper at me. As if I give a rat's ass about their problems. Let the judge sort it out. What do I want?
A lawsuit between Janus and a local resident. It might be just what we're looking for. Batty lives in number 432.
Just pick one. All right, Doc, sorry. I'm just stressing out here, okay? Please, do what you can, all right? Yeah, I'll talk later.
No way.
What the?
Okay.
I'm sure I saw something, but...
Janus is apparently engaged in a civil lawsuit with another resident of Whittleton Creek. James Batty, the plaintiff, wants Janus to stop his annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek. The lawsuit also mentions Nolan Cassidy and his unlawful surveillance around town. So Janus takes a helicopter trip once per year. I think we're onto something here, 47. 47? I think it would be beneficial to locate the unlawful surveillance mentioned in the lawsuit. Perhaps Nolan Cassidy's house would be a good place to start.
We got a public nuisance on the loose.
Doesn't show up. I want to defend the house to say.
There was a fancy police presence in town for that politician visiting, sir. Could be a problem. Yes. We need to get into that place.
You tried calling the realtor?
No answer, Mr. Captain. Where's your someone?
Gotta conserve that energy.
Device has been terminated.
A letter from Janus to someone called Zoe. It looks like a draft and is full of explicit descriptions of how unhappy Janus is with Zoe and her sister having been appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Huh. I've heard that name before. This is a good find, 47. A recording of some sort. The note mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47.
You guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house, have you?
No.
Oh, okay, great. It's just that, well, I saw one of those security people from Mr. Janus's house, and I'm pretty sure he was burying something back there, and I just figured since you guys seem to be, working together, you might know about it.
Can't say that I do.
Someone from Janus's security detail buried something in the frog habitat behind Cassidy's house. What could that possibly be?
Vote for Blake at the upcoming elections. Excuse me, sir. Are you a registered voter? I'd love to tell you about a new candidate who might just change your life. Yes, sir, a total game changer here.
I'm listening.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure you're aware that voting season is upon us again. And if you're anything like me, a recent immigrant to this fine country, the candidates this time around just aren't very, savoury. But we have a man here today who's about to change all that.
I don't care much for politics.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today. He has no stakes in Washington. No connections to the establishment. No allies hidden away in lawless groups that pull the strings around the world. He's just a common man who decided that he wouldn't take it anymore. He's here to clean up, to give you exactly what you want, and to make sure the government doesn't stick its nose into everything.
Fascinating. How is he going to achieve all that?
By imposing restrictions and pushing crippling laws that will bind legislators to their desks for decades. His approach is simple. Good on you. Be sure to vote come election day. By imposing restrictions and pushing crippling laws that will bind... Good on you. Be sure to vote come election day.
And feel free to spread the word about Charles Blake. It's your chance to change the world. Vote.
I have to tell you, these are the best muffins I ever had. I'm supposed to